My fifth most popular podcast episode in 2018 was my conversation with Steve Cassaday. Steve is the founder of a multi-billion-dollar RIA firm, and he's also one of the top 15 advisors according to Barron's. So in my conversation with Steve, I asked him a question. I said, Steve, if you're sitting down with a prospect and they look at you and they say, Steve, why should I work with you? What would your response be? And here's what he said. He said, what I would say is, well, maybe it's not a good fit. Maybe you shouldn't work with me. In fact, why do you even think you need a financial advisor? If we were to work together, you'd have to make lots of changes, and I'm super expensive. Why in a million years would you spend tens of thousands of dollars just to work with me? Okay, now by this point, the prospect is thinking, whoa, I didn't expect that. But here's what happens though. It's counterintuitive. Then the prospect starts giving all the reasons why they would want to work with Steve. So they're essentially starting to sell themselves on the idea of working with Steve. Now, this is not just some clever sales ploy that Steve uses. In fact, he said really the most important thing is the dialogue, the conversation that he's having with these prospects. It's the questions that he's asking them. And then he just shuts up and he listens to what they have to say. And he said the bulk of the time that they're in conversation, it's really about the client or prospect answering questions about themselves. So there were some amazing insights in my conversation with Steve. This is just one of them. So I encourage you to listen to the full episode with Steve Cassaday. Just click on the link and you can listen to all the great gems in our conversation.